second training camp feel compared to your first?
A lot better here. I'm moving faster, playing at the college level. As a freshman, everything's just faster. So I feel like I'm in place. Ask the coaches, do I look out of place when running on the field? And they say no, look like I'm meant to be there. So I just feel more in place and that I'm doing the right things.
Was technique the biggest thing that you worked on last year that kind of has made the difference a little bit?
Definitely technique, and then with that, just as Coach Andrews would say, living right, eating right, making sure you do the right things off the field because they get your body right. But technique most of all. In spring is where I worked on it the most, and it's shown in fall camp.
It's been like working with Coach Partridge.
Yeah, Coach Partridge in spring camp has just done wonders for us. A whole D-line, not just me, but when you listen to him, you start to realize things you never thought of work every single time. Like things you don't notice, they work, and they're just paying off on the field.
His energy, you guys kind of feed off of that?
Yeah, he's very patient with us, but so when we're a little out of control, he lets us know that we need to get it together, and that rubs off on us, and we have great practices.
What is living right in camp? You mentioned living right. What does that mean?
Living right, just that's kind of like off-field decisions, whether that's not going out and putting things in your body that aren't right, or instead of eating something that's going to mess you up the next day in practice, eating a healthy meal, getting enough sleep before practice, not staying up all night, whether it's playing a video game with a girl or out, just things that better you for the next day of practice for a game.
What do you think this rotation will end up looking like? I mean, obviously everyone wants to start, but I mean, how much of a chance do the guys have, sort of behind those top two ends?
I believe it's a lot of chance. They're with the top two ends at the depth chart. They're some great players, and we watch them and we want to be like them, and they keep getting better every day, and we keep getting better every day, and every day's a competition, whether Coach Partridge or Coach Narduzzi tells us to keep building off the day before, and we'll see at the end of training camp.
What's the advantage and then also the disadvantage being a taller defensive end?
The advantage is definitely Coach Partridge is always talking about my freakish long arms. I have long arms even compared to my height. And then most guys that are tall, the disadvantage is making sure you have low pad level and getting your hips through on everything you do, whether it's a tackle or a bull rush or anything like that. But it's definitely long arms and long steps is the advantage when doing pass rush.
What is your wingspan, Rashad? Do you
My
know?
wingspan is 83 inches.
And you're listed at what, 6'5"?
6'5".
6'5".
Can you dunk?
I can dunk.
Are you a good basketball player?
I played throughout high school, started since sophomore year. So that was fun, but football ended up being where I was going. I'm not tall for a college basketball player, so after high school, that was the end.
You think you're one of the only guys on the D-line who can dunk?
No, we got athletes out there. I'd say almost everybody except for 4 D-linemen can dunk, probably.
Which, can you tell me which 4?
If I had to guess,
You seem to know that number exactly.
Rashad Wheeler, Greg Sizemore, Jalen Twyman, he definitely can't dunk. And then that might be about it. I know all the defensive ends can dunk. There's probably a couple of the D tackles that can't dunk.
Q, he's a shorter guy.
Kazon Pugh is an athlete though. He can dunk. He can get up there.
How much weight have you put on since you got here last year?
Weight-wise, body type has changed. So coming in, it was more of a 262, more fat, less lean muscle. Since been here, put on about 15 to 20 pounds of lean muscle and lost about 25 pounds of fat. So I'm around 255 right now. In the spring, I was at 262, lost 6 pounds, 7 pounds of straight fat.
Does it mean anything to you when you get those Dog Soldier awards from Coach Conklin like he tweets out?
Obviously, everybody likes it, more than just for me, but teammates acknowledge it, and it kind of builds the chemistry because they appreciate you and they know you're doing your job out there. But it kind of lets you know that you're doing the right thing, and it's a notice, so you want to go out there and do it day to day because one time is not enough. If you can get it every day, they always talk about consistency, and that's what's most important to me. So if I can do it consistent, then it'll really start meaning more and more, but they mean a lot.
You guys lost a little on the defensive line, from last year. What's the difference in the room now? It's a younger group.
There's not as many set leaders. We're starting to figure that out, but the young people are just listening to the couple older guys and Coach Partridge and just going with it and learning every day, and it's working out.
How much are you guys looking forward to Heinz Field and these scrimmages?
Coach Narduzzi, it's the biggest scrimmage of camp. It's the one that matters the most. It's going to have the most effect on the depth chart playing time. And if you ball out at Heinz Field, which we want to do every time, then it's going to get noticed, and that's going to play a big role in how much you get on the field this year.
Have you been developing some rivalries, some battles with some of the offensive tackles? Anybody you seem to match up with a lot?
Man, I'm playing everywhere on the field, whether it's at nose guard in a pass rush or it's at defensive end on either side, boundary or field. I move everywhere. Coach Parcher's like that, and I'm going to be every time I go against the offensive tackle, it's a rivalry. And it's the same for them. They want to beat me, and I want to beat them. At the end, when we're walking off the field, we say good practice, hug it up. We love each other, but on the field, it's a rivalry every time.
Did you know or talk to Coach Partridge when he was at FAU at all? Did he try to recruit you? Or?
He knew of me. I didn't know of him as much, being a bigger school commit. He didn't really throw that offer out there. But after high school, I was an award for Defensive Player of the Year, and he was the college coach that gave it to us and had our speech at our banquet.